We all share space. Sometimes it's in traffic. Sometimes it's our homes on the block. Perhaps one of the most enjoyable shared spaces is neighborhood parks. On June 21, County Manager Mark McCauley awarded a $935,000 contract to build 2 neighborhood parks. Sorenson and Crest parks are expected to be completed in December. Once construction is complete, Clark County will have built 30 parks since voters have created the Greater Clark Parks District and approved an ongoing maintenance levy in 2005.
Both Sorenson and Crest are actually one or two of the 35 original parks when the levy was passed in 2005. Those were slated to be built at a time in the future. And now that we've got the funding to build those parks, and largely thanks to the 2 neighborhood associations that have been so instrumental in keeping the pressure up to get these parks built, we get the Flight Neighborhood Association and East Minnehaha. Those parks are being constructed this year in 2016 and are anticipated to be completed December 1st.
Sorenson Park is currently under construction on a 4.8-acre site on the east side of Northwest 26th Avenue at Northwest 109th Street.
Features for this park will include walking trails, play areas for both younger kids and older kids, a half court, a basketball court, park benches, picnic tables.
Crest Neighborhood Park will be built on a heavily forested 2.9-acre site south of Northeast 54th Street at Northeast 63rd Avenue.
Crest is a much smaller park. It's heavily forested. We'll be removing about 35% of the tree canopy in order to develop that park. It's a much smaller play structure. We are trying to make it a more natural setting, keeping as many trees as possible.
Funding for the 2 parks comes from park impact fees, which are collected on residential construction to help pay for new parks to serve a growing population. In addition to these 2 parks, a softball field is underway at Pacific Park at Northeast 162nd and 18th Streets.
At Pacific Park here, back in 2008 when we originally built the park, we found out as a course of construction that we didn't have enough money to put all the components of the Phase 1 plan into implementation. So unfortunately, the 2 ball fields that are part of the plan were not constructed, nor was the expanded parking lot to serve the ball fields. So that was cut as well. Thereafter, some years later, Vancouver Municipal Senior Softball came to us, as well as Miracle League, and offered to build fields at Pacific Park for us at their cost.
Shortly after the agreement was signed, we formed a fundraising committee and we started solicitation not only from our own players, senior players, not only in Vancouver, but all over the Portland metro area. And we started receiving donations from them. We approached Sunlight Supply, who didn't hesitate, stepped up to the plate, so to speak, and said, we're in. So they were a major contributor to the field for us, along with Riverview Bank, who is sponsoring the scoreboard that we'll be putting up here in the next couple of months. So we've got a lot of support from local businesses in the community. But I like to say that 80% of the money we've raised, which is a little over $200 and some thousand, has come from senior softball players.
The ball field is expected to be completed by May of next year. Each year, the Vancouver Senior League Group will reserve dates for their games. The remainder of the year will be open for public use.
I think everybody's excited. We've had guys that haven't played in a couple of years that were out here during our kind of progress celebration that said, I'm going to start playing again, seeing this field. I mean, because this is going to be, a premier field in the East County and for all of Clark County.
For more information about the construction of Sorenson and Crest parks, visit clark.wa.gov/parks. To find out more about the softball field at Pacific Park, visit vancouverseniorsoftball.com.